iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racing enthusiasts all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. The car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and racing teams. Our skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly racing series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 200,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Participate in solo races, championship seasons, and hosted in league events with AI Racing. With a rapidly expanding catalog of 70-plus cars and 85-plus tracks from real-world racing series, test your abilities with challenging computer-based competition. Additional partners include IMSA, the World of Outlaws, and Supercars, allowing members to participate in their very own Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, Sebring 12-Hour, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Hello iRacers, this is Greg Hill, executive producer, and this is our mid-season development update. With just a handful of weeks left to go in Season 4, we're quickly approaching the conclusion of the 2023 competition year, and what a year it's been. Of course, every year at iRacing is unique. It's the nature of our business that the sim and racing service are constantly evolving. However, I can't think of a period that's been more eventful and impactful for the future of sim racing at iRacing than these past 12 months. We have established key new partnerships that will help our brand of motorsport grow at a global scale and reach all new audiences and racing fans. We have strengthened existing partnerships and secured a critical license that will allow us to return to our roots with NASCAR and NASCAR team properties. And of course, throughout all of this, we have invested significantly into the ongoing development and improvement of our great racing simulation and racing service. Now, I do intend to share some of the cool things to come in the Season 1 build, but first let's take a moment to focus on one of the bigger picture developments I alluded to a moment ago. As I touched on in detail in a previous update, a significant focus this year, and last, has been the strategic expansion of our staff across many talented teams. This growth will enable iRacing to operate from a position of strength for years to come and ensure that we will continue to deliver an unparalleled modern simulation experience. On that note, we're thrilled to upgrade our graphics team later this year through the addition of multiple industry-leading rendering programmers who will help evolve iRacing's graphic tech in a way never before seen on this platform. These developers have spent the last 20 years building and leading graphics and rendering teams across a broad spectrum of powerful graphic engines such as idTech, Unity, Unreal, Decima, and Glacier. Our reconstituted graphics team will be more formidable than ever, and we couldn't be more excited about what's to come. This will be a big lift, and in the short term, we will continue improving the current rendering technology and graphics. And now for another big picture update that I know many have been following closely: the status of our advanced new weather system, which we call Tempest internally. While we aren't quite ready to guarantee Tempest for December, we are now confident enough to say that the release of this incredibly complex system is imminent. Tempest was built from the ground up and consists of several interconnected systems that simulate not only rain and the effect that water has on the racetrack, race cars, and surrounding area, but also the physical components that combine to create various types of weather. This system is fueled by extensive real-world data from the very locations where you'll be racing. Together with our dynamic track systems, the combined experience is unparalleled in simulation and gaming. It's hard to describe until you can experience it for yourself, but for those of you who race at these tracks in the real world and have had the fortune, or misfortune, to do so in the wet, reliving that in iRacing with physically accurate and true-to-life puddling is like nothing else out there. You'll feel a tug of resistance when you drive through wet areas, and when things get really dicey, you'll experience aquaplaning. Wait until you see our aero-heavy race cars vacuum up water from the track and redistribute it into the air and elsewhere on the track, drying up the racing line rapidly in the process. Recalibrate your expectation on what a race has in store for you as you search for the line based on the multitude of dynamics at play and the always changing nature of the track and the weather systems. Or, if you see a dark cloud looming on the horizon, is it on its way to you? Have your teammate check the weather radar or query your crew chief for an update. The Tempest project has been a long journey for us spanning multiple years. The idea took form in discussions and brainstorming back in January of 2020, followed by initial technical design a year later. For much of that time, the project was helmed by a small R&D team focused on the weather systems and the data model. Today, we have the combined effort of dozens of developers across web engineering, graphics, physics, tire, sound, and back-end engineering, track art, car art, VFX, production, QA, and design. Talk about a team effort. We're quite proud of what we've built, and we're even more excited to release it to iRacers. We all look forward to making it rain soon. After a build stuffed to the brim with new cars last season, our team has been focusing on some of our longer-term R&D initiatives, such as Rain, our aero modeling program, oval refresh, and tire model updates. That said, we're excited to be debuting one new car in December, the Audi R8 LMS Evo 2 GT3. The Evo 2 is part of our initiative to keep our GT3 fleet modern and looking great. Similar efforts will continue in the new year with multiple additions and replacements to our GT3 offerings. We have a diverse set of track content slated for release in this build. No surprises here as this has all been announced. On the oval side, we're excited to release Slinger Speedway. Slinger is so much fun to drive, and you all have a blast turning laps at the world's fastest quarter-mile oval. And yes, folks, it will include the figure 8 configuration. Mugello Circuit is looking amazing and will also debut in December. Not only does this track look amazing, but it's a blast to drive, and it's a circuit we've wanted to experience in iRacing for years now. We're really excited to be able to make that possible finally. Okayama Circuit is one of our most popular tracks on the service. It's a compelling drive across various cars, especially those in our Rookie Series. However, it has some of the oldest artwork on the service. Okayama will be re-released, for free, with modern artwork that meets our current standards for quality. It looks great. Outside of these highlights, there are a lot more fixes, improvements, and additions coming in Season 1 2024, and we'll provide a comprehensive list with the release notes as we approach the build. There's a lot more going on at iRacing, and I could really go on here for a long time, but let's save some of these updates for a later date. That said, a handful of items before we conclude. Our scanning department has been busy. Process data was delivered today to the team for both Portimao and Navarra, and our production and our teams are already underway. The scan team has just returned from a big trip to the heart of oval racing country in North Carolina, where they scanned an SRX car and also a handful of different street stock car bodies. We're also working on a micro sprint, which will provide a great entry point to dirt oval racing. This car will lend itself well to Millbridge Speedway, the already released Kern, and a handful of current and future short tracks on iRacing. Oval Refresh has a full complement of developers working on it each day, and they're making significant progress. These efforts will continue for some time as we iterate the many systems involved. That said, we don't want to wait until we're quote-unquote done to release these improvements to the service. With the December build, asphalt ovals have been updated to produce an improved dynamic racing experience. Track surface grip levels will change more rapidly as temperature rises and falls depending on weather, time of day, and the energy the cars are putting into the track. Be prepared to tune setups for changing track conditions and search for grip as various lanes heat up and cool down throughout a race session. I hope you found this informative, and if you'd like to learn a bit more, I'd encourage you to go to iRacing.com, mouse over news, and click on Developers Blog, where you'll find a handful of additional screenshots and other media. That's it for now. Thanks for all your continued support, and see you out there on the track.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV for night number 2 of the Christmas at the Lake, presented by Hobbs Trenching and Boring and 81 Raceware. Tonight, a lot of money on the line for these drivers as they get ready to take to the racetrack here in just a moment for qualifying, which will pay $40, thanks to the Australian Speedway results. Good evening, race fans. We welcome you to the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway, coming up for night number 2 of the Christmas at the Lake. And of course, last week, night number 1, we had 51 drivers signing into the pit area for last week's racing action, where Joel Berkeley took the win over Oscar Rames in second, and Jordan Charge wrapped up the podium. Tonight, we have a field of 56 drivers making their way and getting ready to take to the racetrack for qualifying. They'll have 3 minutes. There'll be 4 laps to see who will take out tonight's Quick Time Award as we get ready for the first car to make his way onto the racetrack. And that driver is going to be the man that finished in 3rd position last week right here at this very venue. Driving the Western Nissan Victoria Towing Super F Spares number 60 machine of Jordan Charge. Jordan Charge will be one of the first cars to lay down a lap time as we get set. Here it is up on screen. There it is. Jordan Charge, first lap time, 11.946. Darcy Wilson goes quick time. Boy, these times are really going to start to chop and change as we wait for Sean Stevens to lay down his first lap time. Ethan Winter goes quick time, 11.431. 11.431. Sean Stevens about to make and take the first lap for his qualifying effort with a 12.250. Boy, there are so many drivers that have got the potential. This A-main is going to be absolutely stacked, packed and jacked and ready to roll. 10th quick 11.560 for Sean Stevens. Ethan Winter still quick time, 11.431. Len McLeod with a 12.018 31st quick. Lachlan Barbary waiting to come out onto the racetrack. There is the 45 car. Oh, Bradley Cox driving the N9 setup entry. He goes 11th quick. Fastest lap 11.530. 11.530. Next lap coming through for Bradley Cox. It's 11.541. Cody Malley, who sits 3rd at the moment. Nathan Vanderwacker, meanwhile, you see just jumping under Malley with 11.473. Vanderwacker goes 4th quick. Malley still 3rd quick with an 11.464. Cameron De Bruin in car 13. Sitting 41st. 45th. Now, whoa, he's jumped down from 41st. Well, he'll go back to position 31. 11.592. Daniel Boyd wraps up. Robert Crawley, Lachlan Barber, here he is on screen. The Beat the Dark, number 22 machine. Barbary is going to be what is the 55th car to take time. Make that 54th car as Brady Baldwin now. Baldwin goes to position number 32, 11.577 on his opening lap. Lap number 2, a little quicker there with 11.529. 17th quick there for Brady Baldwin. And should be the last of his qualifying efforts here from the Cedar Lake Speedway. This should be his final lap. Not sure whether he just touched the wall there with the right rear as he comes off turn number 4. We'll see if he can get this lap in the books. No, it's not going to stick. It's not going to matter. And we are done and dusted for qualifying. Let's take a look at your results and getting the $40. It's going to be Ethan Winter, 11.431. He's the man that goes quick time here this evening. Christmas at the Lake, night number 2, presented by Hobbs Trenching and Boring and 81 Raceware. We take a look right now at heat race number 1, your starting grid. On the pole, the man up Sim Sports. Car number 9 entry of Ethan Winter. To the outside of the front row, driving the Mobile 1. Car number 14, Joshua Barry from position number 2. We go back to your second row inside from position number 3. Piloting car number 14, that is Cooper Wilson. To the outside, driving the 6th, number 5 machine. The 87 creative car of Darcy Wilson from position number 4. Bailey Leeson lines up the 21 machine from position number 5 and to the outside from 6, driving car number 56, that is Cooper Dunn. Position number 7, driving the 3B machine, that'll be Bentley Summers. To his outside, the full throttle number 13 machine of Cameron De Bruin lines up at a position at number 8. Bit strange to see this guy this far back, but piloting car number 50, driving Logitech. The Speedway Shop car number 50 entry of Clayton Davies. He'll start position number 9. And speaking of 9s, it's the 9 car. The ace is up. Sim Sports entry, that is Tanner Miller, will start position number 10. And your 6th and final row, inside, outside, inside, driving the Hobbs, Trenching and Boring, car number 16 entry, Jeffrey James from position number 11. And driving the MRTRJ Meals, car number 45, and the LJS Equipment entry, Alex Crofts lines up at a position number 12. Heat number 1, Alex Crofts did not make the call. So we have 11 cars getting ready to do battle around Cedar Lake Speedway. And Ethan Winter, after picking up a cool extra $40 for going quick time, takes out your fast time honors. So roll down the back straight away. Night number 2, Christmas at the Lake, presented by Hobbs, Trenching and Boring, an 81 raceway. 10 laps on the board. Top 3 to the main event. We are green. Barry and Winter banging little wheels down into turn number 1, but Ethan Winter's going to have the advantage. Meanwhile, Darcy Wilson to the outside there. Cooper Wilson as they work down into turn number 3. Off for turn number 4, and Darcy Wilson has got that third and final transfer spot locked up. But meanwhile, Joshua Barry closing in on the back of the 9 car. The man up Sim Sports entry of Ethan Winter. So work down through the first and second turn. Nose to tail down the back straightaway. Top 3 just broken away from 4th place driver of Cooper Wilson. Wilson will start on pole and be main number 1 later on tonight. But right now it's still Winter, Barry, Darcy Wilson. That's your top 3. Then you go back to Cooper Wilson, Cooper Dunn. Sitting back there in positions number 4 and 5. Bailey Leeson, Clayton Davies, Bentley Summers, Cam De Bruin, Tanner Miller and Jeffrey James. The 11 cars for heat race number 1. And just like that, we've already rolled off 5 laps here in the opening heat of the night. Meanwhile, Darcy Wilson closing in on the back of the 14 car. Barry's they work up for turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. You just start to see a little slick line developing on the entry down into turn number 3. Somewhat a little bit of a slick line just down the front stretch as they get to the end of the front straightaway. It's still Winter with 3 to run. Cooper Wilson trying to close in on Darcy Wilson, but he's got Cooper Dunn just breathing down the neck, although that's 3 car lengths now between Cooper Wilson, Cooper Dunn. It's not a whole lot of distance between Darcy Wilson and Joshua Barry, and again, about a car length separate the pair as they work down the back straightaway. Coming to 1 to go. White flag is out. Ethan Winter leading by 7/10 of a second. Boy, he's really putting the field and putting the work to the field into turns 3 off at turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. Ethan Winter gets the win. Joshua Barry will come home second. Darcy Wilson third. Those top 3 drivers are going to lock themselves into tonight's main event. So we get ready for heat race number 2 here in just a second. Your heat run results coming up. Ethan Winter confirmed your winner over Joshua Barry, and Darcy Wilson will be your top 3 that would go on to the main event for the likes of Cooper Wilson, Cooper Dunn, Clayton Davies, Bentley Summers, Cam De Bruin, Bailey Leeson, Tanner Miller, along with Jeffrey James and Alex Croft off to the last chance, or the 2 B-mains later on. Heat number 2, and what a front row this is going to be. On the pole position, driving car number 98, the Altus Esports Speed Factory, car number 98 of Tim Ryan from position number 1. Driving the United Sim Sports 87 Creative, car number 11, lining up at a position number 2, that's Harry Stewart. From position number 3, driving the man up Sim Sports, car number 85 machine of Gary Redcliffe to his outside. Driving the Miller Racing CD Simtography number 5 machine from 4, that is Ashton Miller. We go to your 3rd row inside and outside from position number 5. Driving the 99 machine, that is Riley Jones to his outside. The 36 of Heath Dyke from position number 7. Car number 27, that is Blaine Densley. And from 8, it's the 60 entry of Jordan Charge. Taylor Wineland lines up the Vanderpool Construction number 25 machine from 9. From 10, David Harris in the 162 machine, along with Phil Saunders driving the Q93 from position number 11. All right, we're going to restart timing. just for the simple fact that we now have all files up to date. So, don't worry about who is who. I'll tell you exactly who is who in the zoo. Green flag about to wave. iRacing green flag will start the race. It's pretty simple. Any restarts will be on the leader from turns 3 and 4. Here we go. Tim Ryan and Harry Stewart on the front row. And Harry Stewart got a good launch, but Ryan comes back at him as they work down the back straight away. Stewart, Ryan. Ryan looking for the slide job down into 3 and 4. Completes it now. Harry Stewart comes back at him down the front straight away. This time Stewart, he's going to throw a slider. It's all a very long slide job. Oh boy, Gary Redcliffe hard into the concrete wall. And we'll go yellow for Gary Redcliffe. Problems for the 85 machine. So poor old Gary Redcliffe. Well, you just seen that one just happened to the right of your screen. Well, thank you, Will. Appreciate it. Thank you for the kind words, sir. So, of course, we didn't see Tim Ryan last week. We did see, however, Harry Stewart, who came home in position number 18 in last week's main event. Did start position number 3, but found himself with an 18th finishing position. We'll get the timing and scoring. There it is. Heath Dykewise, I believe, was in the field last week as well. He was finished 18th in B main number 2. So a lot of these drivers that we see in last week. Riley Jones, 10th place finish. No. A 7th place finish in last week's main event after starting position number 21. So moving up 14 spots. So keep an eye on the 99. So Tim Ryan again on these restarts. He's got the opportunity to go when he likes. Keep an eye on Blaine Densley looking to make it 3 wide with Heat Tyke in the 36 machine and the 99 of Riley Jones. Down into 3 and 4 to complete what is lap number 3. Oh, Densley in the back of Heat Tyke and Jordan Charge sees it all unfold in front of him and he navigates his way through it. And now keep an eye on David Harris in the 162 machine. Jones are going to slide up in front of the 60 machine of Jordan Charge. There might be damage to the 99 machine. And that is your battle for the transfer, the third and final transfer position. Charge just thinking twice about trying to make it work to the outside on Jones. Out the back stretch now comes down to the inside. Boy, I tell you what, he's all over the back of Riley Jones. He's on him like a rash. 6 down, 4 to run for Tim Ryan. A little over half a second lead. Boy, David Harris got a big run off turn number 4. Here comes Taylor Wineland now. Going to make it a 3-way battle now for positions number 4, 5 and 6. All better starting spots in your B main. Harris in charge. Contact there. The right rear to the left front. Taylor Wineland takes advantage of that one. And Wineland going to move to position number 5. You get the feeling that Charge may have been a little flustered there, not being able to pass the 99 car of Riley Jones. Jones good on the top, down through turn number 1 and 2. Look at Tim Ryan absolutely driving away from the competition. Charge, and this time it's going to be Wineland. White flag is out. 1 to go for Tim Ryan, who's already down into turn 3. Up for turn number 4. A world-class drive from Tim Ryan. He will take victory in heat race number 2. Boy, there is no rest for the wicked. We'll take a look at heat race number 2 results. Tim Ryan, Harry Stewart getting the top 2 positions. Riley Jones gets the third and final transfer spot. Taylor Wineland, Jordan Charge, your top 5. David Harris, Heath Dyke, Phil Saunders, Blaine Densley, and Gary Redcliffe, your top 10. And a bit of love to Ashton Miller in position number 11. Heat number 3 lining up on the raceway. Riley Bilson in the 95, and the 61, I should say, from position number 1. From 2, it's the 8 of Racket Russ Kaiser. From position number 3, driving car number 25, that is Rowan Jones to the outside from 4, car 7 of Brady Baldwin. Position number 5, driving the 27 machine, that is Jaden Russell from 6 to 21H of John Helms. From 7 to 22 of Lachlan Barbary. From 8 to 7 of Corey Borden. From 9, the 02 of Darren McKenzie. From 10, the 84 of Glenn McLeod. And from position number 11, the 114 of Jordan Rutledge. Heat number 3. In night number 2 of the Christmas at the Lake, presented by Hobbs Trenching and Boring and 81 Racewear. So Bilson alongside Kaiser. Driving the next level racing. Nitro Circus number 8 machine. Here we go. And the race car after Academy, we're underway by the inside second row. Rowan Jones got a good start as well. Now going to challenge for the race lead. It's going to be Riley Bilson down into turn number 3. Here comes Jaden Russell in the 27 car, ripping the lip and ripping the outside. Barbary to the inside of John Helms. Look at this, 1 by 1 by 2 by 2 by 2. Boy, it is on for young and old right now as they work down the front straightaway. Baldwin trying to get around the outside of Barbary for positions number 5. Here comes John Helms trying to slide up in front of Rowan Jones. And again, going to leave that door open there for the 7 car, Brady Baldwin. Top 3 at the moment is Riley Bilson, Ross Kaiser, and then Jaden Russell. But to get the feeling that Ross Kaiser is about to go bye-bye. So let's go on board right now with Ross Kaiser. Down the front straight, or down through turn number 1 and 2, I should say. Oh, we are yellow. We are yellow. Again, we'll have to let race control deal with that situation, but the drivers were told as well, once they get a tow, once they go into the pits, that their race is done. They'll have to come back out in their following race. Seeing as though that we are in heat racing action at the moment. These drivers that don't finish inside the top 3 will find themselves going to a B main. Lights should be out. They are. Which means again this field is going to go to rows of 2 by 2. On board right now with Ross Kaiser. We'll see what he can do in this one. There we go. Green flag is back out. We are underway. And just get a good look at the back end. Oh boy, Kaiser into the wall. Now he's got Helms down to the inside. So right now there goes Jaden Russell. Up to position number 2. Sorry Ross for going on board with you. We go on board right now with Riley Bilson. Bilson with 3 to run, leading the way. Oh boy, problems there for the 02 machine of Darren McKenzie. Will we stay green here in heat race number 3? Helms is on the outside looking in at the moment. Meanwhile, here comes Baldwin. All up the inside there of the 21H of John Helms through 1 and 2. He'll look to do the same down into 3 and 4, but the white flag is out for Riley Bilson in car number 61. Russell finds himself in second spot. Ross Kaiser back there into position number 3. Off for turn number 4. There is Riley Bilson getting the win. Second to go to Jaden Russell. Third at the line is going to be Ross Kaiser. So Barbary will come across the line there to wrap up the drivers in heat race number 3. So we'll move to heat number 4 here in just a few moments' time. So Heat 3 results, Riley Bilson, Jaden Russell, Ross Kaiser going to the show, John Helms, Brady Baldwin going to a B main along with Corey Borden, Glenn McLeod, Rowan Jones, Lachlan Barbary, Darren McKenzie at top 10, and just a bit of love once again to Jordan Rutledge for the 11 cars in heat race number 3. Heat number 4, cars scheduled to line up like this. Cody Malley lines up the 88 from position number 1. The 97 of Alex Hanna will start from position number 2. Braden Miller in car 2 will start from position number 3 to the outside. From 4, it's the 45 of Bradley Cox. From 5, it's the 26 of Kobe Noonan. From 6, the 35 of Robert Crawley. From position number 7, the 54 of Casey Simons. From 8, it's the 15 car of Blake Borden. From 9, the 33 car of Travis Parrott. From 10, the 51 of Brett Sheehan. And from position number 11 in car number 18, that is Daniel Nickel. So heat race number 4, let me just check something just quickly. We've got a full 5 heat races here tonight to get through. So we'll automatically lock in 15 drivers, then we'll take the top 4 from the 2B mains, which we can test it over 15 laps, to make up a 23-car field. We go racing. Cody Malley alongside Alex Hanna. Braden Miller and Bradley Cox in row number 2. Kobe Noonan, Robert Crawley, row 3. The green flag goes up, the throttle goes down, and we're 3 wide for the race lead, but Cody Malley's going to lead. Boy, I tell you what, Braden Miller going to throw the slider down into turn number 3 and 4, leaves the lane for the 88 car. Cody Malley to go back to the outside. Braden Miller going to lead lap number 1. Hanna runs in position number 3. Miller will lead it down the back straight away from Malley. Hanna, Bradley Cox, right there on the outside looking in. Then you go back to the inside in the 26 car. That is Kobe Noonan. Boy, Noonan making it work. Keep an eye on that 54 car of Casey Simons. Boy, Simons has made his way to position number 4, and now he sets his sights on the back of the 97 car. Meanwhile, again, the challenge is up for the race lead between Cody Malley and Braden Miller, who will take out heat number 4. Well, we are yellow. Problems there for Travis Parrott, I believe. So it was Parrott there, but because there was a car coming down to the bottom of the racetrack, that was Robert Crawley. That will, of course, bring the field back up into rows of 2x2. So night number 2 of the Christmas at the Lake, presented by Hobbs Trenching and Boring and Australian Dirt League and 81 Racewear. So Miller from that inside of that second row. It's your race leader. And again, these restarts will be on the leader, but all initial starts are on the iRacing green flag as they work down the back straightaway. 4 down and 6 to run here at the virtual Cedar Lakes Speedway. The pace car will take the fast exit of the fast way down the front straightaway. And well, Braden Miller says, "Okay, boys, I'm off into the sunset. I want to get away from you guys and be victorious." Problems there for Brett Sheehan in the 51 car. We're going to stay green. Hanna, here comes Casey Simons now. Boys, Simons looking at the outside of Hanna as they made contact. Simons, Noonan into the wall. Upside down goes the 54 car of Casey Simons. Geez, getting really tight. Take a look at your instant replay up on screen. Simons just gets to the outside there of Hanna. Now, did he come down the racetrack? It's not for us to make that call. I'll give you another look at it. Did Hanna come up? Did Simons come down? Either way, it's got no effect on what we are doing up here in the booth, and we appreciate everybody's support here for night number 2 of the Christmas at the Lake. Presented by Hobbs, Trenching and Boring, an Australian Dirt League 81 race where everybody that got behind. It's a wonderful event. And what has been a 2-night show over 2 weekends. Last weekend, last Sunday night, and of course tonight. Lights to go out with 4 remaining in heat race number 4. Plus 1 more heat to come. And the cut-off spot for all 5 heat races is the number 3. So we will lock 15 into tonight's main event. The next 8. If you're wondering why I say 8 and not 9 for a 24-car field, a 23-car field, because it's real simple. B main 1, B main 2, you have to take an even, the equal amount from both of those ones. Here we go. We're coming back to green, and Braden Miller says bye-bye, Cody Malley. I'll see you in the main event later on tonight. Meanwhile, Bradley Cox has found his way up to position number 3. So Simons and Hannah been charged with the caution there. Of course, Kobe Noonan was involved in that one, but look out, here comes a 15-car Blake Borden trying to rip the lip through 1 and 2. He's going to try to do the same somewhat in 3 and 4 right now, mid-track off turn number 4 as he sets his sights on the back of the 45 car. Oh, Bradley Cox with 2 to run as they work down the back straight away. Braden Miller, 6/10 of a second lead over Cody Malley in 2nd position. Cox in 3rd. Borden. And it's Blake Borden, Daniel Nickel to make up your top 5, but it's not going to matter because right now into turn number 3, off for corner number 4, checkered flag is out. Braden Miller gets the win. Cody Malley will come home 2nd spot. 3rd will be Bradley Cox at the line. Blake Borden home in position number 4. Alex Hannigan around at your top 5. Robert Crawley in position number 6. Take a look at those results. Position number 7, Daniel Nickel, Kobe Noonan 8, Casey Simons in 9th, Brett Sheehan in 10th, and 11th is going to go to Travis Parrott. Final heat race of the evening, and well, it'll see another one of these World Championship 410 World of Outlaws Thrustmaster Pro Series drivers lining up in tonight's field. This time it's going to be the 89 car driving the last of the lift trucks. Vortex Sim Sports wide open clothing number 89 of Nathan Vanderwacker to the outside driving the 99. He finished runner-up last week from the 10th starting spot. That is Oscar Ames. Row 2 to the inside driving the Vortex Sim Sports Pulse Apparel Racecraft number 79 machine. Daniel Boyd from 3 and from 4. The 51 United Sim Sports entry, that is Bradley Oldfield. Joshua Walton lines up the 81 machine from position number 5. From position number 6, it's the 26 of Sean Stevens. Thomas Mitchell lines up the 28 from position number 7. From 8, it's the 26 of Leo Heaton. From position number 9, the 58 of Tony Messamore. From position number 10, the 9 of Gordon de Bruin. And Nick Mithen lines up the 44 Man Up Sim Sports entry from position number 11. We're about ready to go racing. Heat race number 5, 5th and final heat race of the night. The Christmas at the Lake, Cedar Lake Speedway, Australian Dirt League, Hobbs, Trenching and Boring 81 Raceware. And everybody, and a whole lot of people, the Wilsons, Hobbs, just an amount of support that cannot be just talked about because there's so much support. Everybody needs to be thankful. What a wonderful job these guys have done to put on this 2-night event and paying a very, very hefty chunk of change to these drivers. We are green. Nathan Vanderwacker leads. Boyd finds himself. Oh boy, Bradley Oldfield come down the racetrack and just caught the right front there of Joshua Walton. It's not the reason for the caution though, because we've got Tony Messamore just lagging back a bit. In fact, that is Nick. No, it's not. Oh boy, okay, so there's 2 separate incidences. So there's the first initial contact, and then there's the second one. Unfortunately for Mithen, he will go back to the pits. Tony Messamore is also back in the pit area, which means we will go and wait for the iRacing.com official pace truck to go past this field. We'll come to the green, then we'll send them around one more time for 1 to green and go back racing. Nathan Vanderwacker leading over Oscar Ames. Go back to last week. It was in fact Oscar Rames who finished third in heat race number 2. Vanderwacker finished 7th in heat 2. And how about this? Keep going a little further. Walton finished 6th in heat race number 2. Daniel Boyd was in the same heat. He finished in 11th. Nick Mitham was in their heat, finishing 8th. And what am I going to say? There's quite a few drivers in this one that were in the same heat last week. But here we go. Ames has got to hold off Daniel Boyd in the 79 machine. Boyd now goes down to the inside, looking to slide up across the nose of the 99 car. And now here comes Oscar Ames, but Daniel Boyd has second at the line. 2 down and 8 to go. Boyd into the concrete wall. That allows Oldfield to come through. Oh boy, Sean Stevens, problems there for Leo Heaton in car number 26. Contact here with Walton and Stevens. Just look like hard racing. Poor old Leo Heaton. Leo, you know you can't park there. And if you didn't know that was coming, well, you should. So Vanderwacker, 2 to green at the moment. Second caution of heat race number 5. So give you an idea, 6 drivers in this heat race were in the same heat race last week. Can rattle the names off. Sean Stevens, Joshua Walton, Nathan Vanderwacker, Nick Mitham, Tony Massimo and Daniel Boyd. So just over half this field here in this heat race had to race off against one another last week. And it was Stevens and Ames who got the initial transfer spots last week. Well, it's going to be a little bit different this week, although Oscar Ames is going to go down into turn number 1. He'll slide it up to the concrete wall, tags the back on. No, the 81 car. Walton does a 360. He keeps it going. I think he's going to have to pull that infield. No, he's going across the grass. He's going to stay on the racetrack. Boyd and Stevens make a bit of contact. Meanwhile, Thomas Mitchell, but Bradley Oldfield now going to find his way to position number 2. Ames will now cut it back down to the inside of turn number 4. You race for second and third at the halfway stage of heat race number 5. Fifth and final heat race up the night. Nathan Vanderwacker says, bye-bye, boys. I'm off into the main event. I want to start position number 5. It's going to be the 10th and 15th starting spot that is going to be up for grabs, because here comes the 28 car of Thomas Mitchell. Ames slides up, contact with Ames and Oldfield. Here comes Mitchell, here comes Boyd, here comes Heaton and Stevens 3 wide. How do you pick this one? 5 cars going for the final 2 transfer positions. Slided by Ames. Oldfield trying to go back right through the middle. Thomas Mitchell slides up 4 wide off turn 4 wide off turn 4. 2 cars coming together. Boyd, the front end out of that race car. Will we stay green? Vanderwacker is only about a few hundred yards. Not even that. It doesn't matter. He's got the white flag. He's already into the main event right now. Oldfield, Mitchell, Ames, Stevens. Oh my, how do you do? Into turn number 3, off the turn number 4. Vanderwacker wins. Mitchell will grab second and Ames will grab third. Oh my goodness. Heat number 5 and those last 3-4 laps with 4, 5 and 6 cars going at it. Boy, what a way to end heat racing action. And now we go to the first of 2 B mains. Top 3 from Heat 5. Nathan Vanderwacker, Thomas Mitchell and Oscar Rames are going to the show. Oldfield, Stevens, De Bruin, Heaton, Walton, Boyd, Mitham, along with Messimo, though, will find themselves in the first B main of the night. And that B main is coming up now. Let's see your starting grid. Cooper Wilson and John Helms to make up a row in number 1. Row number 2 going to be Bradley Oldfield and Jordan Charge. Row number 3, we'll see Alex Hanna start alongside Clayton Davies. Row 4, Corey Borden and Gordon De Bruin. Row number 5, it'll be Heath Dyke and Daniel Nickel. Row number 6, it's Cameron De Bruin and Rowan Jones. Row number 7, Joshua Walton and Blaine Densley. Row number 8, Casey Simons and Tanner Miller. Row number 9, Darren McKenzie and Nick Mithen. And the 10th and final row, Ashton Miller alongside Travis Parrott. In B main number 1, 15 laps, top 4 will make the show. Tanner Miller not making the call. His night is done. Boy, Wilson, Helms, Oldfield, Charge, Davies, Walton, Densley, Simons, Miller. I mean, that's just one of 10 drivers I think I've just rattled off that really have a shot at winning the big bucks here tonight. But now, only 4 of this 19-car field is going through to the main event. Safety car is off. We come to the green flag here on the front straightaway. Cooper Wilson, John Helms, they wait for the green, and we go racing. 15 laps, you know it's going to be a dogfight to trying to get through this field. Oldfield sluds right up across the nose of the 14 car of Cooper Wilson. Meanwhile, John Helms sits in position number 3. Wilson going to fire one back at Oldfield. Oh no, Helms goes around. Charge involved. Charge after finishing 3rd last week. And there is quite a few drivers involved in this one. See what happened here on the instant replay. Boy, you hate to see it for some of these drivers. Just trying to navigate their way through that little debacle. So you just get the feeling that right now tensions are going to start to flare on the racetrack. But race control have got quite the big job to do at hand. The field doubles up, so we're getting ready to go back green. 3 cars, Heath Dyke, Jordan Charge, Nick Mithen have found their way, I believe, back in the pits. In fact, they scored Heath Dyke as a lap down. Cam De Bruin, Alex Hanna are also back in the pit area. Nonetheless, Bradley Oldfield is going to lead us back to the green flag with Cooper Wilson. We're back underway. Clayton Davies, good restart there in 2nd spot. Davies dies down to the inside. Casey Simons as well. A couple of World Championship Pro drivers going to look to put themselves into the big dance of 40 laps later on tonight. Wilson and Davies down the front straight away. Davies continuing to run the inside. Wilson sends it upstairs. Wilson has got the spot down into turn number 3. Oldfield will lead the race. Nearly 4 wheels in the fluff right there for Cooper Wilson. Those right side tyres, they are certainly in the fluff through 3 and 4. Oldfield going to try and set it way upstairs as well. Davies trying to get a run as Casey Simons right now sits in the 4th and final transfer position. The first car to miss out is going to be the 81 car of Joshua Walton in position number 5. Travis Parrott, the 33, back there in 6th position. I think Parrott had to come from deep in this field in your B main as we are about to complete lap number 7. So we are almost at half race distance of this 15 lap B main. And again, here goes Cooper Wilson down to the inside, down into turn number 1. Completes the slide job, but Oldfield completes the crossover. And now Oldfield going to protect the line down into turn number 3. Off for turn number 4. Wilson still trying to track down your race leader. Davies going down to the inside into 1 and 2 as they work off turn 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Wilson, slide job on Oldfield. Oldfield turns it back underneath the 14 car. Oldfield's got it probably by about half a car length. Oldfield this time going to return the favour into turn number 1, but Cooper Wilson, boy, driving the wheels off that thing and doing it nice and smooth and leading the way. He will lead what is now lap number 10, 2/3 of the race distance complete. Here comes Davies to the outside. Oldfield, in the matter of 2 laps, goes from first back to position number 3 and almost going to go back to position number 4 because here comes the 54 car of Casey Simons. He tried to get a run on the outside of the 51 car of Oldfield. What has Davies got for Cooper Wilson as we've got 3 to run? Simons and Oldfield wheel to wheel through turn number 1 and turn number 2. Oldfield's got the run down the back straightaway, but into 3. It's Simons with a better run. Can he get the run off turn number 4? Oldfield has got third, 2 to run. Simons and Oldfield again. Boy, they are solidly in a transfer position right now. The pair of them, they cannot do anything right now. It's all about starting one row ahead of one another. And if they're not too careful, they might just have something to say with Josh Walton, but it's not going to matter right now because the white flag is already out and displayed, and out comes the checkered flag. Cooper Wilson going to the big dance. Clayton Davies will find himself going to the big show as well. Third will be Bradley Oldfield. Casey Simons will get the 4th and final transfer position. B main number 1 is wrapped up. Let's take a look at your official results for your top 4. That's going to be Cooper Wilson, Clayton Davies, Bradley Oldfield and Casey Simons. Off they go to the show. For Walton, Parrott, Mealer, Jones, De Bruin and Densley, we say good night and we'll show some love for the rest of the drivers finishing in 11th through to position number 20. We thank those guys for coming out for night number 2 of the Christmas at the Lake, presented by Hobbs Trenching and Boring and Australian Dirt League. B main number 2, the final chance to make tonight's 40-lap main event. On the pole, it'll be Taylor Wineland to the outside of the front row. Blake Borden from position number 2. Position number 3 will be the 56 car of Cooper Dunn. From 4, the 7 of Brady Baldwin. From 5, the 26 of Sean Stevens. From 6, the 162 of David Harris. From 7, the 35 of Robert Crawley. From 8, the 3B of Bentley Summers. From 9, the 84 of Glenn McLeod. From 10, the 26 of Leo Heaton. From 11, the 93 of Phil Saunders. From 12, the 26 of Kobe Noonan. From 13, the 21 of Bailey Leeson. From 14, the 22 of Lachlan Barbary. From position number 15, the 79 of Daniel Boyd. From 16, the 85 of Gary Redcliffe. From 17, the 51 of Brett Sheehan. From 18, the 16 of Jeffrey James. From 19, the 114 of Jordan Rutledge. From 20, the 58 of Tony Messamore. And your 21st and final starter in car 45, Alex Crofts. 21 cars. Same thing as what we just seen in B main number 1. 15 laps go on the board. Top 4 go through to the main event. Everybody else we say goodnight to. Green flag is back out. And we could have a track reset after this one. But the green is out. We'll wait and see what happens. Stevens going to go to the inside of Baldwin down into 3 and 4. 3 wide, 4 third, 4th and 5th position. Blake Borden. Oh no, there goes Brady Baldwin. Around. Problems for the 7 car. And well, I think that might be night done for car 7. He's sitting back there in what is 20th position. Kobe Noonan trying to race through the field as well. Noonan trying to get past the 21 car of Bailey Leeson. 3 down at the start-finish line and 12 to run. 3 wide right now for what is about position 6, 7. And I think it might have been 8 or 5th. Either way, it doesn't really matter because here comes the 26 of Leo Heaton trying to work to the inside right now on Blake Borden in car number 15. Yellow is out as we're just about to complete lap number 5. See if we can figure out what happened here on the instant replay. Oh, the 79 car of Daniel Boyd. Oh, just got into the back of Kobe Noonan. I believe Noonan checked up what looked like the 84 car of Glenn McLeod down into 1. The 78 car was There's nowhere to go on that exchange. Well, that will be his night done and dusted. So right now, as it stands, is what will be 5 down, 10 to run, 1/3 of the second and final B main for 4 more transfer positions up for grabs. So I guess the front row, unsure whether they should be going single file or whether it should be double file. Looks like Taylor Wineland. There he goes. Maybe just getting inside the heads of the other competitors on the racetrack. Coming to the green, boy, that is an absolute kerfuffle of a start, and that all stemmed from the 25 car of Taylor Wineland not getting double file. But anyhow, they stay green there. Here on the restart, Heaton trying to slide up in front of the 35 car of Robert Crawley. Meanwhile, Stevens gets by the 56 car of Cooper Dunn. Crawley to the low side of Cooper Dunn as they work down the back straight away. Yellow will come back out. So maybe Brett Sheehan in the 51 car it is. Ooh, just gets into the side of the 21 car. That's Bailey Leeson. Oh, Leeson. And McLeod, she had nowhere to go in the 51. The Hobbs should be boring. Tired entry. So he'll tag up to the tail end of the field. So right now, watching out the back of the side, the right-hand side of the 25 car of Taylor Wineland. I tell you what, haven't these drivers done a wonderful job with some of these race cars? The people that put the time and the effort into making these cars look very, very nice. You see the beautiful construction of a 25 machine of Taylor Wineland. Look at that YOB Racing Speed Factory number 26 machine. Sean Stevens, Cooper Dunn back there in 3rd position in the Tower Cattle Dropper Gear Motorsports, Harman Designs 56, and then to the outside you've got the 35 Harman Designs, the Australian Speedway results entry of Robert Crawley. We'll go back to the green flag and we're back underway in B main number 2. Will we keep this one green? Well, how long will it stay green for? Right now, Leo Heaton trying to make the move there on Robert Crawley down into turns 3. Oh, Cooper Dunn and Sean Stevens contact. Poor Rob Crawley goes back to the pit. Stevens hard into the concrete wall. And that is a huge, tough break there for the 26 car of Sean Stevens. And there is a parking lot on the back straightaway. It just happens. It happens here on iRacing. You can go from looking the goods to looking like you're going to the show. And then unfortunately, you don't. So Leo Heaton finished 21st in last week's main event. Cooper Dunn finished 20th in the main event. Sean Stevens finishing 10th in the main event last week. Kobe Noonan finished 5th in the main event last week. So that is 5 drivers I've just named that are all trying to get into the show. Brady Baldwin finished in 23rd in last week's main event. Bentley Summers got 24th. Gary Redcliffe in 16th. Finished 16th. And Daniel Boyd finishing 11th. So there is about, 8 drivers that finished in the main event last week that are now finding themselves in the B main here tonight. Notice there was no Joel Berkeley here tonight. Again, Berkeley picked up the win last week. Oscar Ames finishing second spot. So he is also already locked into the big 40 lap field here in a few moments time. We've got to get through the second B main, the last 5 laps, followed by a warm-up session. So during that warm-up session, we're actually going to play the iRacing Top 10 highlights for November. So stick around for that one. Clayton Davies finished 4th in last week's main event after starting on the pole position. He's already transferred via B main number 1. Kobe Noonan finishing 5th in last week's main event. Right now, finds himself in position number 6. Five to go. Taylor Wineland, Cooper Dunn, front row. Leo Heaton and Blake Borden in row number 2. We go back to green. And Taylor Wineland says, right, I'm taking the Vanderpool Construction number 25 car to the big show. We'll see you boys in 4 and a bit laps. Cooper Dunn, second spot. Leo Heaton in third. Now Bentley Summers will now move into that 4th and final transfer position with just 4 laps left to run. Here comes Barbary and Blake Borden. Kobe Noonan as well right there. Keep an eye on the 3B machine, the yellow machine, the Australian Speedway results entry. He's got the 4th and final transfer spot, but I tell you what, he cuts down to the inside. Oh boy, took the right front of Blake Borden out. Borden goes around, Summers goes around, and that gives Lachlan Barbary a chance at redemption. So Barbary last week in the B main, in fact, didn't even get to run the B main. He was scheduled to start position number 18. He, however, did not make the call for that one. He did not turn a lap in that B main and was credited with a 19th place finish after having issues in the heat race where he started position number 3. And he certainly had some mechanical issues, as we all know that Lachlan Barbary does. We still like him for it. But he finished 12th in heat race number 4, and well, he only got to complete, I think, what was about 6 laps of last week's 4th and final heat race of the evening last week. On night number 1 of the Christmas at the Lake, presented by Hobbs Stretching and Boring, Australian Dirt League and 81 Racewear. Again, we thank everybody involved that has made this event possible. But for right now, for night number 2, the big payday coming up for one of these drivers. Lights are out, green, white checker. It's not overtime. It is just standard straight up green, white checker situation. And the Vanderpool Construction 25 of Taylor Wineland leads him down the front straightaway. Watching Cooper Dunn, Leo Heaton and Lachlan Barbary hold on to the 2nd, 3rd and 4th spot. Meanwhile, Kobe Noonan has got a chance right now. White flag is out. Barbary goes to the inside. Going to open up the door for Kobe Noonan. Down the back straightaway to the outside. Noonan goes into 3. Off for turn number 4. Barbary's just going to stick it to the low side. He should come off turn number 4. He's going to the show. Taylor Wineland going to be victorious in B main number 2. Cooper Dunn home in 2nd, Leo Heaton in 3rd, and Lachlan Barbary in your 4th and final transfer position in tonight's main event. B main results about to come up on your screen before we throw it to a quick commercial break. Here is your 2nd B main results coming up. Taylor Wineland, Cooper Dunn, Leo Heaton and Lachlan Barbary, your top 4. Everybody else 5th and back. Well, we say thanks for coming. We hope you enjoyed the 2-night show of the Christmas at the Lake in these 360 wing sprint cars here at the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway, presented by Australian Dirt League and Hobbs Trenching and Boring. We'll take a quick break on the other side of this commercial. You are watching the main event and night number 2 of the Christmas at the Lake, presented by Hobbs Trenching and Boring and Australian Dirt League.
Is Ariel going to defend? Will he go inside? Will he go outside? Well, there you go. Walker to the outside, going to try and swoop this way round, the long way round. Can he make it stick? Can he get that 96 home to first place as they're still side by side through Blanchimont? Walker just ahead here, and Ariel just tucks back in, and a bit of damage, bit of contact onto the brakes, but Ariel's on the outside. He tries to swoop around, nearly loses the rear, collects it, but Walker's on the outside. The short run to the line, he's squeezed by Ariel. Who's going to get it? They're side by side. It's going to go anyway, and 400 second at the line.
And we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV coverage of night number 2 of the Christmas at the Lake. Thanks to Australian Speedway, Australian Dirt League, and Hobbs Trenching and Boring. Good evening, race fans. Brett Wheeler with you for the call as we get sent to take a look at your starting lineup, and we'll go through your 23 starters. Eat the Winter, Tim Ryan, both have opted to stay on the pole position. They will not take a challenge. They will start positions number 1 and 2. 2 and 3 is going to be positions 3 and 4 are going to be Riley Bilson and Braden Miller. Nathan Vanderwacker will start 5. Joshua Barry will start position number 6. 7th, it'll be Harry Stewart. 8th, it'll be Jaden Russell. 9th is Cody Malley. Thomas Mitchell in position number 10. 11th, it'll be Darcy Wilson. From 12, it's Riley Jones. From 13, it's Ross Kaiser. From 14, it's Bradley Cox. From 15, it's Oscar Raines. From 16, Cooper Wilson. From 17, Taylor Wineland. From 18, Clayton Davies. From 19, Cooper Dunn. From 20, it's Bradley Oldfield. 21st, it's Leo Heaton. 22nd, Casey Simons. And 23rd is Lachlan Barbary. As the field is lined up, ready to go, 2 by 2 by 2, all the way through this field, right up until Lachlan Barbary in the final spot and final row, all by himself. They get the Wonder Green signal. Night number 2, paying $150 to win. Who will take it out? Ethan Winter opting to go to the outside. It's Christmas at the lake time here at Cedar Lake Speedway. Let's get naughty for 40. And we are green down the front straight away. Winter, Ryan leads. Here comes Braden Miller. Will we get the first lap in the books? You're damn right we do. 1 and 2, 3 wide. Oh boy, Miller along with Bilson. There was contact. Bilson come up. Here comes Jaden Russell now. 3 wide on the inside. Joshua Barry's found his way to a podium position, but Tim Ryan will lead lap number 2. Miller rips it upstairs through 1 and 2, coming after Joshua Barry down the back straightaway. Barry going to slide it right through the middle of the racetrack, but Miller right rear in the fluff upstairs and saying, you know what, that's okay. I'm just going to put the right rear right up against the crate and take over position number 3, although he cuts back down. Bilson nearly into the back of Josh Barry. Vanderwacker's gotten by Harry Stewart. Stewart trying to come back at him. Mitchell, they all follow in tandem right now. Nose to tail down the back straightaway. Stewart with a slider. Oh, right rear contact there. Right rear to left front. Stewart on Vanderwacker. He kept it going. Oldfield coming and forcing his way through the field. Got by Darcy Wilson. There was contact between the teammates. Davies trying to make his way through the field along with Oscar Reigns. We've got 6 laps into the books here, and so far clean and green right now. Meanwhile, Russell coming after Barry for a top 5 position. Tim Ryan still leads the way over Ethan Winter by half a second down the back straightaway. Jones putting the moves there in the 99 machine to the 28 car of Thomas Mitchell. Vanderwacker now trying to come after Riley Jones in the man up Sim Sports number 99 machine. Bradley Cox starting to close in on the back of Nathan Vanderwacker as well. Clayton Davies, Oscar Rames side by side down into turn 3. Davies will slide it up across the nose, makes a bit of contact there with the 99 car of Oscar Ames, and Ames goes to the low side, 3 wide through 1 and 2, make it 2 wide. Oh, Vanderwacker hard into the concrete. Front enders out of the 89 machine will go yellow. Here's a look at the instant replay. It was Jones and Vanderwacker. So the first, what is now going to be 10 laps of the race is complete. Malley involved as well. Again, Cody Malley, literally no place to go. So as we go on board right now, just looking out to the back of this field. On board with Tim Ryan at the moment. So we take a look at the fastest lap right now for Tim Ryan. Should bring you a little information there. 12.933. Take a look up at the top of the screen. Not the fastest lap of the race though. Braden Miller's got that with a 12.915. So it looks like 23 cars still circulating around the racetrack here at the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway. So the lights should go out on the iRacing.com safety truck. They do, and now this field goes back to 2x2. So we had the first 10. We'll make it the first 11 go green flag. We'll say first 10 before the yellow come out on lap 11. So that'll complete the first 11. And we've still got 29 to go. Tim Ryan expect him to go early, maybe in 3, 2, 1. We're off and underway. Geez, even I can pick a Tim Ryan start from anywhere. 3 wide. Look out, Josh Barry making it work on the inside of Braden Miller. Bilson now has got Jaden Russell to deal with. Here comes Stewart, Cox and Mitchell as well. Oscar Rames inside the top 10. Russell goes to the bottom of turn number 1, off for turn number 2, trying to get the moisture off the exit of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Now to the outside goes the 61 car, the Ben Matchett delivery, but that's been driven there by Riley Bilson. Meanwhile, here comes that Titan Garages, 87 Creative number 11 machine of Harry Stewart. Contact there between Russell and Bilson. Stewart 3 wide off turn number 4. Stewart right through the hay, did a little. Bilson going to slide up across the front of the 11 car of Stewart and Jaden Russell. Stewart gets clear of Bilson down the back straightaway. Russell now trying to make it work to the inside on the 61 car of Bilson. Here comes Cox, look at Mitchell, working to the outside. Clayton Davies goes right through the middle of turn number 1 and 2. Bilson trying to come back at Stewart. That's for a top 5 position. Meanwhile, Tim Ryan leading the way right now over Ethan Winter. Bilson and Stewart still going to go at it for that 5th and 6th position, although Harry Stewart just starting to pull the wing back just a little bit. You can see a lot of these drivers, and just goes to show you how they're set up for this feature event. You'll see some very forward, some all the way back. And look at the differences right now between the 14 car of Joshua Barry and Harry Stewart in the 11 machine. Davies along with Thomas Mitchell right there in positions number 8 and 9th. In the 10th spot, Oscar Rames in the 99. He's got the wing tugged back, finished 2nd spot in last week's main event. Cox and Simons go side by side for what is positions number 13 and 14. Meanwhile, Stewart and Bilson once again all over the back of the 14 car of Joshua Barry. 4th, 5th, 6th on screen. 7th and 8th just to the right with Jaden Russell, the 27, and Clayton Davies in the 50. We're past half race distance. We're now 21 down, 19 to go. Barry! Oh, Barry goes up into the wall and off the racetrack. And because he's off the racetrack, we're going to stay green. He'll now come back on. We'll throw the yellow. Joshua Barry just getting a little too close for comfort. And have a look, just a little misjudgment on the entry into the turn. Just caught the wall near the end of the front straightaway. Just there. And then couldn't get the car turned in. Stewart was already committed to run on the line. 14 car ended up on the grass. Barbary lucky to miss that one. So Barry goes back to the pits. And well, his night is over. 17 to go. Can anybody catch the Altus Esports Speed Factory number 98 machine, the Trent Pullman designs of Tim Ryan? So what is 23 down? Let's see if I can time this restart once again. Let's look at the back of the, let's go out the left rear of Tim Ryan's car. Here we go. See if I can pick this start. Ready? Safety car's about to go off. Oh no, well okay, he caught me off guard. Well, Tim Ryan going to keep everybody on their toes. And we're back underway. Ethan Winter finds himself in the runner-up position once again. Meanwhile, Harry Stewart gets around the outside of Braden Miller. And now Stewart going to come after the 9 car of Ethan Winter. Meanwhile, Bilson and Miller go wheel to wheel. Miller's got 4th position. Bilson back to 5th. Here comes Jaden Russell, Clayton Davies, Thomas Mitchell, Oscar Rames. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th position. All right there. You can throw a blanket over him. Ames throws a slider there on Mitchell. Now coming after the 27 car of Jaden Russell. Cox and Simons once again side by side, but it's the 14 car of Cooper Wilson has found his way to position number 10 just behind the 28 car of Thomas Mitchell for Vortex Sim Sports. 13 to go, less than a B-main distance away from wrapping up night number 2 of the Christmas at the Lake, and we're just going to hold proceedings for a moment. We will go yellow. And Stewart, has he got himself into second? No, Winter says, okay, mate, that's enough. That's enough out of you. I want to take back the runner-up position for the moment. And I've got to say, maybe it's worth the while of restarting behind Tim Ryan. Although depending on where you want to be going into turn number 1, whether you want to be on the top, whether you want to be right through the middle, or whether you want to try and make it work on the inside. I don't think anything is down there at the minute. So again, this race paying $150 to win. Night number 2 of the Christmas at the Lake, presented by Hobbs Trenching and Boring, Australian Dirt League 81 race, where and a whole bunch of people, sponsors, getting behind this wonderful 2-night show. So coming almost up on 10 o'clock Sydney time. It doesn't really matter. Give me to 11 o'clock as long as we see a good race. And I'm going to say that's exactly what we're seeing. 3, 2, 1, go. Tim Ryan. Okay, I caught you out on that one. You caught me out on the last one, but I'll get one back at you. 2-1 my way. Green flag is back out. Stewart Russell. Here comes Miller and Bilson once again. Yellow quickly on the raceway. The 54 car of Casey Simons. Let's see what happened here on the replay. Not sure whether it's Bradley Oldfield or Bradley Cox getting the... No, neither one of them actually. Well, Oldfield was behind him, but I think if we just have a look, he caught the tyre. Oldfield nowhere to go on that exchange. So here's an onboard shot right now of Bradley Oldfield. You could just see at a very, very split second, you see the 54 car. Just watch the rear end, and then also watch the front left. It just caught the tyre, and you cannot do that here at Cedar Lake Speedway. So we should go back to what is a single file restart. So we get a nice good 360 shot. So just at the top of the wing of the 9 machine of Ethan Winter, the man up Sim Sports. Number 9. Again, chasing down the 98 car of Tim Ryan. Righto. 2-1 my way. I'm trying to pick a start for Tim Ryan. Let's see if I can get him this one. I reckon he's going to go a little early. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's off. Well, make that 3-1 my way, Tim. Green flag back out onto the racetrack. Here at Cedar Lake, again high above the racetrack. Stewart and Winter. Winter's got it, although here comes Braden Miller now coming after Harry Stewart down into 3 off for turn number 4. There was contact in the middle of 3 and 4, and Braden Miller going to have position number 3 as they work with 11 to go. 3 wide, Stewart through the middle. Bilson there, and now here comes Clayton Davies on the top of the racetrack. Davies sending it upstairs, and Davies coming with a hot head of steam right now. Jaden Russell right there watching Clayton Davies pilot the 50 machine around the outside of the racetrack as Davies again getting to the outside of the 61 car of Bilson off for turn number 4. Davies has position number 5 at the line. Bilson comes back in with 9 to run. Yellow. Gee, you get the feeling if we keep getting these 2 and 3 lap runs with Davies, Miller, Stewart closing in on the back of Ethan Winter and Tim Ryan. You just never know what could happen here in these final 9 laps. Whoever restarts in 2nd and 3rd position, they have to be on their A game if they want to beat the inaugural World of Outlaws iRacing World Champion of Tim Ryan. And he is close to a $150 payday here at the virtual Cedar Lake Speedway in the Christmas at the Lake in what has been a 2-night show. Now inside 10 to go, we go single file restart. Well, that of course hurts the 11 car of Harry Stewart. It helps the 9 car of Ethan Winter. Can they be on their A game? They stay 1 to green. So it is confirmed single file restart. Lights are out. All right, let's go. Best out of 5. I'm up 3-1 so far. Well, first 2-5 if we get there. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, I mean, you know what? That wasn't too bad. It was right around the money. Tim Ryan again, 8 to go. Less than a heat race distance away. Can Ethan Winter, can he run him down? Miller once again will come after the 11 car of Harry Stewart, and in comes once again goes Clayton Davies in car number 50. Oh, Miller into the concrete wall in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. Davies gets down to the inside, sliding up across the nose of the 2 car. They make contact, and Davies is going to lose 5th position. Back to Bilson. Bilson in the 61 car slides up to the crete in turn number 1 and 2. Davies and Russell coming after Bilson down into 3. Davies with a slider on Bilson, 3 wide, almost off turn number 4. Bilson, boy, nearly chopped the nose of the 27 car of Jaden Russell. Clean off the front axle there. Davies, Bilson, wheel to wheel. Davies with a run off turn number 4. Russell with a run on the inside, 4 to run. Tim Ryan has pretty much got this sign sealed and delivered, all barring a caution. And with 3 to run, he looks at right now, $50 a lap is what he would get paid if he gets the main event victory with just 2 to go. Popsicle sticks will come out for Tim Ryan. And the Alta C Sports Speed Factory number 98 machine. How about Ethan Winter after setting quick time here tonight? He has been he's been a real standout driver. White flag is out. 1 lap left to go for Tim Ryan. He will get through 1 and 2 and navigate his way down the back straightaway for 2 left-hand turns to the bottom of turn number 3. He plays it smart. He plays it safe. He is $150 rich, and night number 2 of the Christmas at the Lake presented by Hobbs Trenching and Boring Australian Turn League goes to Tim Ryan. What a way to wrap up night number 2. We take a look at your official results. Tim Ryan is your winner from Ethan Winter in 2nd. 3rd is Harry Stewart. Braden Miller 4th. Clayton Davies going to round out your top 5. Jaden Russell home in 6th. Riley Bilson 7th. Oscar Ames in 8th. Taylor Wineland in 9th. Thomas Mitchell going to round out your top 10. Over the page, 11th through to 20th. 11th is going to go to Ross Kaiser. Cooper Dunn in 12th. Bradley Oldfield in 13th. Bradley Cox 14th. 15th is Leo Heaton. 16th is going to be Lachlan Barbary. Nathan Vanderwacker in 17th. Cooper Wilson in 18th. And the last car on the lead lap for our non-finishers, Casey Simons in 19th. Riley Jones in 20th. Cody Malley 21st. Joshua Barry 22nd. And Darcy Wilson in position number 23. What a way to wrap up night number 2 of the Christmas at the Lake. We are going to chat to your top 3 here in just a few moments' time. Let's take a look at your hard charger down the bottom right of your screen. Clayton Davies going from 18th to 5th, going plus 13 positions. Taylor Wineland, another one of those drivers that in fact come from the second B main, I think it was, from position number 17. He moves up 8 spots and comes home in the 9th position. But again, we just wait for confirmation on our top 3. And in fact, they are top 3 and hard charger. Tell you what, let's bring in a hard charger right now home. In what is position number 5, he come from the B main. He is officially your hard charger. It's the 50 car of Clayton Davies. Clayton, congratulations on what is a 5th place finish here tonight, but a hard charger, some extra money in your pocket, but overall a pretty good night for you in the 50 car.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I think it could have been a lot better. I kind of shot myself in the foot with our qualifying effort, but we're able to turn it around and put it up the front. I'd like to say sorry to Miller. I didn't mean to make contact in turn 3 and 4. That's just some hard racing between us. But no, that was an awesome race. I'm puffed, I'm sweating, and I'm happy. Usually after a race like that where I've kind of stood on it, I'm usually in a bit of a mood. But no, that was a really good race. Props to the guys at ADL for putting it on, and yeah, I'm glad to be a part of it.
You said you had a bad qualifying run. We all know that, when it comes to loading into these sprint cars, whether it's 360s or 410s, we're normally going to see that number 50 machine towards the front of the field. After that qualifying effort, how did you get your mind right to get back in and having to come through that B main to find yourself finishing in 5th position?
Without being a bit rough on myself, I just had to tell myself to pull my head out of it. So I tried something in qualifying. It just didn't pay it off. It's just one of those things you're always trying something new. You can't just run the same thing over and over again. But yeah, I just had to try hard, make sure that I hit my lines. That heat race is pretty wild, and in the B main again, really, it was a wild race, but pretty respectful amongst us all, and that's what we need in Australian leagues. I think this is just a testament that it can be done, and that there's a future out there for us.
Starting as deep in this field as you did, I think it was 18th, I think, from memory, to come home 5th. What was a position that you were going to be happy with after this 40 laps was done? Because you look throughout this field, you've got you got a former world champion, former world championship drivers, you got current world championship drivers that know how to race on the sim. What position were you going to be happy with at the end of this 40 lap feature?
As a true racer, you're never happy unless you're winning in that terms. Like with how I hold myself, I feel like I should have been up there fighting for a podium. But in realistic aspects, I think a top 5, where we finish right now, is in the term of quality field of what we got now, is actually I'm completely stoked with. Like, we had a lot of strong cars out there, and especially when you got Tim and Ethan off the front row, it's pretty hard to try and get past them when they've got the position on track. So to get a top 5 from that, as far as you said, 18th down in the field, it's a mighty feat for me.
Clayton, to tell you what, hell of a drive to see you come through this field and be tonight's hard charger in the Christmas at the Lake, presented by Hobbs, Trenching and Boring and Australian Dirt League. Night number 2 here at the Cedar Lake Speedway. Clayton, before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 50 car that makes this possible for you.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank you for putting on the broadcast, and Hobbs and Luke and John and all the guys over at ADL for putting on the league. It's good to see some money come back into the Australian side. For partner-wise, I'd like to thank Logitech, Logitech G, Western Machine Shop, Watercraft Performance Center, Parramatta Isuzu, Gage Stephen Designs, Synergy Sim Racing, Works Racing Components, Victory Fuel, and CD Cinematography.
Clayton, well done on 5th place. You'll earn yourself some extra cash after tonight's hard charger and a 5th place finish, buddy. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
There we go. Clayton Davies, your hard charger here tonight from the Cedar Lake Speedway. We'll chat to the man that comes home in 3rd place tonight in car number 11. It's Harry Stewart. Harry, congratulations on 3rd place. And boy, that was one to probably talk about for a little bit to come. Throughout that course of that feature event, you're always battling with someone. And, well, 3rd place at the end of 40 laps. I mean, how you feeling?
Oh, I'm pretty happy, to be honest. I knew pace on the slick track was very average. So I just tried to stay away from everyone. And when I had little glimpses of opportunities, I tried to take them. And, it all sort of worked out. Miller was right behind me the whole time at the end there, and every time he got a run, it was a yellow flag or he'd hit the fence. So I was just watch me mirror, waiting for him to pass me, and yeah, it just never really happened. And yeah, no, yeah.
What was different from last week to this week? Last week you started third. Sorry, you ended up finishing in 18th spot. Tonight you finish in third spot. What was the difference between tonight and last week?
Well, last week I qualified third and won my heat, and that was obviously good. And then so I probably had an opportunity to win the heat, but just didn't get it. And yeah, last week I kind of drove like a peanut, so I sort of screwed my head on a bit better tonight, and yeah, I guess sort of actually finished in a reasonable position.
That you did, Harry. So congratulations on the third place finish here tonight. Before we let you go, we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 11 car that makes this possible for you to get around.
Yeah, just can't thank everyone at United enough for everything they do. Joel, Bradley, Darcy, for helping out and running the race with us, and Titan Garage and Carports, 87 Creative, Rags Tyres, Tracks Tire and Auto, Tour Mobile Welding, Landscape Yard and Hardware, Brad Great Bricklayer, and Down Under Graphics, and yourself for broadcasting, and everyone at ADL for putting on a really good league in their debut event. I guess it ran very smoothly. It's good to see.
Harry, well done on third place, buddy. Well done.
Thank you.
Harry Stewart home in position number 3. We'll chat to the man that comes home in the runner-up spot. And well, what a night he's had. He went from quick time tonight, taking out heat race number 1, and he started on the pole and comes home with a second spot. It's Ethan Winter. Ethan, well, I mean, you were this close to the perfect night from taking out Quick Time Awards, heat race number 1 victory. You start on the pole of the feature event. Unfortunately, second spot, but still, after what has been 56 cars here in night number 2, to come home second spot to a former world champion, Tim Ryan. Overall, are you happy with that one?
Yeah, I'm stoked with that. Yeah, I didn't expect that to happen actually before the night, but yeah, I'm really happy with that.
Let's go back to the start of the night. You out-qualified Tim. What goes through? What were you thinking at that point? Because not only did you go quick time, but you also picked up $40. I believe it was $40 for the quick time award. What went through your mind once you laid down that fast lap time?
Yeah, I just knew I had to just keep heat 1 clean, make sure I ran up front, hold my line, and start off pole. Didn't really want to take that challenge because wasn't really sure if I had the pace to come from the back, but yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's go to the feature event. You obviously started on pole, but you actually had lane choice and you went to the outside. Was just for the simple fact that going into turn 1 and the start's been on the iRacing green, that you wanted to be that car on the outside, that you would, as long as Tim didn't slide you going into 1, you should have had the lead coming down the back stretch. Was that the thought process behind that?
Was, but in hindsight, just didn't have enough momentum to cut back under him out of 2, unfortunately. But yeah, it's just something for the future to consider.
Mate, you turn your fastest lap time right around the lap 20 mark with a 12.961. How much were you pushing there at the start, and what sort of tyre strategy did you have in place for tonight's main event?
Yeah, honestly, I knew Tim was saving a bit of tyre there, and I had to just save a bit of fuel there at the start. I honestly didn't push too hard because I didn't have much pressure from behind for most of the night. So yeah, just saving tyres, saving fuel there, and just running behind Tim really for the whole race.
We've seen you in heat race number 1. We didn't see you again until the start of that feature event. We'd had 5 heats, 2 B mains, so there'd been a lot of laps turned. Do you watch those heats and watch what the drivers in a particular heat are doing, or in the latter heats are doing? Because by the time you'd finished your heat race, by the time you got onto the racetrack for that main event, it was a completely different ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. I make sure I always watch the B mains just to see where the quick guys are running, especially in 3 and 4, because there's so many different grooves down there. 1 and 2 is mostly just top line, so it's always good to see where they're running, and I can know what to expect already when I roll out there for the A-main.
Ethan, well done on the second place finish here tonight in the Christmas at the Lake, night number 2. With the Australian Dirt League, and thanks to, of course, Hobbs, Trenching and Boring. Ethan, congratulations on the run-up finish. Before we let you go, a lot of good sponsors on this race car. We'll let you thank everybody involved.
Thanks, obviously, first and foremost, for the serious sponsors for putting up this money. That's great for the community. I just want to thank Paul, everyone at Man Up Sim Racing. They took me on when I was really a nobody 8 months ago, and I've improved out of sight. Thank Tim at Speed Factory. His set was really quick tonight, obviously. And I want to thank Harman Designs for my design.
Ethan, well done on second spot. You get $40 for the Quick Time Award, and I believe $100 for second place tonight. So not a bad night at the skids here in the virtual world.
Thank you.
Ethan Winter in second spot, ladies and gentlemen. Now, of course, we wait and chat to the man that comes away victorious and will take away $150. He drives the Alta C Sports Speed Factory number 98 machine from the outside, or what was the inside of the front row, but from position number 2, it's the 98 car of Tim Ryan. Tim, congratulations on this victory. Well, you started on the front row. You opted not to take the challenge with Ethan Winter, and you lead 35 of 40 laps here in this main event. Congratulations. You must be happy with this result.
Yeah, cheers, Brett. Yeah, it was a good night. Ethan did a really good job. To be honest, probably the thing that and not just a plug, but it's probably the thing I'm most proud of, and Ethan said it there as well, is his improvement is really good. Obviously, I do think I'm pretty quick, and Ethan was definitely really competitive there, and he's definitely improved out of sight. So that was really good. And then to have Speed Factory go 1, 2, 3 in qual, then 1, 2 in the feature, really just wrapped up the night.
Let's go back to qualifying. You go second quick. Ethan knocks you off at the top of the leaderboards. Was that something that you expected? Or because, we didn't see you last week, and me personally, I think you were just sort of foxing a little bit. You didn't want to show your hand too much. And you know what, hey, rightfully so, you've got to try and keep the competitive edge over your other drivers. But what went through your mind when Ethan went quick time and you were second quick?
He just did a really good lap, and I think me, Riley and Ethan were all within a few thousandths of a second. Just goes to show, well, that's when you hit the right lap on this and you're all in the same setup as well, how close it can be. And it's quite difficult here on a qualifying track. It was quite rough here. So getting the car to settle through 1 and 2 was quite difficult. And didn't get the best lap, but obviously I think it'd be very difficult for anyone to get a really good lap there as well, through 1 and 2 in qual.
Yeah, it was just it was 6/1000 of a second between the top three, just for future reference on that one. But we've seen you in Heat 2, you're a dominating victory in that one, and then track was fairly slick from the start of that feature event. How much did you tighten your car up for the back end of this feature event?
Yeah, a little bit. I didn't really know what to expect. I've not done a 40-lap race on since I've changed the track model and that affects the tyre wear quite a lot. So I was quite easy on the tyres pretty much the whole race, because they can drop off a cliff when they do. So I just kind of messaged Ethan under the first yellow and just said to him that I'm just going to save tyres until we get close to lap traffic, and then try and push a bit of a gap just to give myself a bit of room when we go through lap traffic. But yeah, the car was really good. I did a 9.55 again on the last lap of the race, so the car was pretty consistent the whole way through.
I think we had 5 restarts. I think it was. I picked 4 out of the 5. You only caught me once off guard, and I think that was the second restart. How big of a difference is that, trying to change up those restarts to not be, I say, stale, to make sure that you're not what's the word I'm looking for? That you're not obvious on when you're going to go the same spot each time.
Yeah, honestly, Cedar Lake is very, very difficult to restart here. And when I was doing testing as well, I knocked the front end out over the tyres a few times as well. And then on the restart, I hit it twice. And I was going into turn 1, having no idea if the steering was bent or not. So that was a little bit stupid on my behalf. But yeah, the restarts were honestly the most difficult part of the night, because the inside of the straight has got so much moisture. If someone really wants to send a big slide job, they can throw it from quite a long way back. So I was just trying to go fairly early through turn 3, just enough so I could get on the moisture coming out of turn 4.
Tim, well done on the victory here in night number 2 of the Christmas at the Lake. Thanks to Hobbs Trenching and Boring and Australian Dirt League in your first night. We didn't see you last week, but the most important night, you pick up an extra $150. Tim, before we let you go and celebrate, and celebrate, we want to congratulate you on your win, but we'll let you thank everybody involved on this 98 car.
Yeah, most importantly, I'd like to thank Hobbs, Trenching and Boring for obviously coming on board as a sponsor. But probably the thing I enjoy most coming to this is it's not really the money or anything like that, to be honest, Brett. It's just really the competitiveness and getting 60 good cars, a few Americans, show up, which is where I really want to be spending my time. I don't get to obviously race the World Championship anymore, so I really like to try and test myself against the best that I can physically do, obviously with my time zone differences. So yeah, big thanks to Brent, Luke, and all the team for putting it on, and yourself for broadcasting. Speed Factory, obviously set up business if you're looking to get a solid setup for the sprint car. Proofs in the pudding there, going 4 cars in the top 8 in qual, and then top 3 qual lockout and top 1 and 2 in feature.
Tim, well done on the victory. Go and enjoy an extra $150 in your back pocket.
Yeah, cheers, Brett.
There we go. Tim Ryan, your winner here tonight from night number 2 of the Christmas at the Lake, presented by Hobbs, Trenching and Boring and Australian Dirt League. And well, we are done and dusted for night number 2. Again, night 1 was last week, where Joel Berkeley picked up the win. And well, this week it is Tim Ryan who goes to victory lane and picks up $150. And well, an awesome showing and an awesome 2-night event for the Australian Dirt League. And again, their first venture into the race control and the league side of things. I'm going to say a very job well done to everybody behind the scenes. So we thank everybody involved that made all this possible. We thank all the sponsors and all the drivers that came out. 51 cars on night number 1. I think 56 cars on night number 2. So over the combined, we had 106 cars in 2 nights of racing. And well, we crown a champion in Tim Ryan here tonight. So with that being said, on behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV and the management behind the scenes, I'm Brett Wheeler signing off saying good night. Congratulations to Tim Ryan.